Well, greetings and good morning, Business 24 students. This is Mr. Doucette, and this is week number 3. We're going to be looking at two chapters, chapters 3 and chapter 4, where we're going to begin to look a little bit more in detail at business writing. And this will become the major theme of our next module. And so you're going to kind of be laying the foundation for business writing by looking at chapter 2 last week and then 3 and 4 this week. And next week, we'll be starting our writing assignments, which will be the major assignment for Module 2. The major assignment for Module 1, which ends this week, is the individual presentation, and then, of course, your discussion post on the do's and don'ts of business presentations. So those are not due until this coming Sunday, just so you know, and then starting the following Monday, which I believe will be the 12th, we'll be starting to do the business writing, and you'll have a new discussion post, which will be on the do's and don'ts of business writing. And then you'll be writing a paper pretty much every week for the next 3 weeks. Following that, you'll be doing a business document. So anyway, but this week you're going to be looking at organizing and drafting, and then, of course, revising your business messages or your business writing. And that's going to be the content of these two chapters. I really want you to pay special attention to the area on chapter 4 that deals with improving your readability by document design. And the idea there is that in business writing, one thing that's extremely unique about it is it's not just how your document reads, it's also very much how your document looks, that it's visually appealing, that it's structured and formatted in a neat and professional manner. And it's not just about the content, it's about the way that it looks. And so that's very important. And we'll be covering that in our focus on business writing. So I'm going to allow myself to share, and I'm going to go ahead and go to our class in Canvas. And I'm not seeing it here. So let me go back down to here. Actually, it's up here. So let me launch that and back to Zoom. There we go. All right, so here's our class in Canvas, and you should be seeing our home page, and we're actually in Module 1 for the last week. Actually, I have that wrong. Yeah, it should be it's through 511 is Module 1. So it's not correct on the front page. I'll fix that. So again, here you're looking at chapters 3 and 4. You have a check-in on chapter 3 and 4, and then you have your first exam. And there are some sentences that you need to rewrite in your exam, so make sure you read those portions of your textbook. There's, things like dangling modifiers and keeping it positive and using bias-free language, and there's a lot of different examples in your book. So make sure you review all those different types of sentences and making sure that you're making your sentences you-centered, you're making them positive. And that will be on the exam, just to give you a little preview. But you also are going to be continuing your individual presentation assignment as well as your discussion post. So those are both coming down to this week. And just so you know, I have to break the individual presentation assignment, and I really should have done it with the discussion post, into the different sections that are in this class. So the next one will be that way starting next week. But the first one I didn't. So technically, you're not supposed to interact with any students other than in your section. So just keep that in mind. That's why we have 3 different individual presentation assignments here, but you'll only see one because you're not going to see the other ones. They're not assigned to you. And that'll be the same thing when we start the next module with the discussion post assignment. It'll be where you're only able to see students in your section of the class, and that's who you'll interact with. But anyway, so you have all those assignments this week. This is a big week because you do have to turn in your individual presentation, and you do have to turn in or complete the discussion post assignment. The individual presentation, just so you know, is a little challenging sometimes to upload it because the file size is really large, or the internet connection that you have may not be good, or whatever else. So be aware that if you try and do it at 11 o'clock at night, chances are you will not get it uploaded in time. So I would definitely try the day before. And worst case scenario, if you're unable to upload it by the due date and time, that you just maybe upload it to YouTube and then copy a link from YouTube into the assignment submittal. And that's just as good. In fact, that's actually easier, to be honest, for me. So because I can open YouTube, watch the video while I'm grading you, where if you give me a PowerPoint, I have to open PowerPoint. It kind of takes over the whole computer until I watch the video, and then I can make comments later. So just a little easier, but either way is fine. But that's pretty much it for week number 3. And let me go to the homepage here just to show you what I meant. On the homepage, it says here that your module 1 ends on 5/4. That is incorrect. It actually ends on, I'm going to change it right now. It ends on 5/11. And then module 2 begins on 5/12. And then that goes to 5/18. Is that correct? 5/12. Actually would be then 5/25, I believe. And this would be 5/26 through 6/13. So that's correct. This module is only, this one should be 3 weeks long as well. So I'll have to check all those dates. But I think this one's 3 weeks, this one's 3 weeks, and this one's 2 weeks. So it gives us our 8 weeks. All right, well, have a great week, everyone, and you will see me on video again next week.